You ever just look around and think, why is everyone I know broke? So many people I know are living paycheck to paycheck. Friends, coworkers, doesn't matter who you ask. Everyone's got that same stressed out look on their face when rent's due or the car breaks down. It's like we're all just trying to keep it together. Living paycheck to paycheck has become the norm. And honestly, that's kind of crazy. I don't think it's because people are lazy. I know some people like to throw that around. Oh, people just don't want to work anymore. Nah, that's not it. Most people I know are working hard. I've got friends juggling 2 jobs and doing stuff like DoorDash. One guy I work with drives Uber at night after his full-time job, and he's still barely breaking even. Now, personally, I think it's a mix of things. Cost of living has gone up. Like, everything is more expensive than it used to be. Debt is everywhere. Student loans, credit cards, you name it. And I think the biggest factor is that people aren't really taught how to manage their money well. Like, actually understand it. Budgeting, saving, investing. In school, we were all taught mitochondria is powerhouses to sell, but not really how auto loans work or just how to simply budget your finances. Let's talk about cost of living first. Rent is through the roof. Remember when people used to say your rent should be about a third of your income? That kind of feels like a joke now. Where I live, you're lucky if you can find a 1-bedroom apartment for under $1,500. And that's in a so-so area. Got a kid, need a second bedroom, forget about it. You're looking at $2,000 easy. And groceries have also been hit by inflation. I went to go buy eggs last week and I just stood there. Are you serious? A dozen eggs was like $5. A few years ago, I swear they were like $2 or $3. Prices are up on everything. Milk, bread, meat, cereal. Even peanut butter isn't safe anymore. Then you add in utilities, gas, internet. It all adds up. And for some reason, we all just accept it. Like, yep, that's normal. That's fine. But it's not fine. It's not supposed to cost this much just to live. Now on top of that, add debt. There are people I work with who are paying off student loans from over a decade ago. Some of them didn't even finish a degree, but they still got a ton of debt. Pretty much everyone I know has just a little bit of credit card debt. It usually starts small. A few $100 here and there, but interest piles up fast. And before you know it, you're deep in this hole, just trying to get by making minimum payments, but watching as the balance barely moves. It's exhausting. Now, some people are just bad with money, but a lot of people just need credit cards to survive. Sometimes a credit card is the only way to cover groceries until payday. Not to mention, if you live in the US, you kind of need credit cards, because without credit cards, you can't build a good credit history. If you can't build a good credit history, you can't get loans. You need loans for things like a car or a mortgage. And what's even crazier is that most of us don't really know how to deal with it. Because a lot of us were never even taught how to learn. You're lucky maybe your parents taught you a thing or two, but for a lot of us, our parents didn't have it all figured out either. So we all just kind of stumble into adulthood and hope we can all figure it out as we go. The problem is, a lot of people don't. Nobody taught us how to budget in a way that actually makes sense. So it's no surprise that a lot of people grew up not knowing how to track their expenses or build a good savings, or even understand where their money goes each month. It's like we're expected to just get it somehow without ever being shown. You hear advice like, just spend less than you earn. Cool, thanks. But what if there's nothing left to cut? What if you're already making every dollar stretch? In savings, we're told to save 3 to 6 months of expenses for emergencies, which is smart advice. But it sometimes feels impossible. We can barely cover this month's bills. We talk about being broke like it's just this part of life. Oh man, rent hit me hard this month. Or, I gotta wait till Friday till I get paid before I can go out. We laugh about it, but living paycheck to paycheck means one surprise expense can knock everything off balance. A flat tire, a medical bill, suddenly you're pulling from your savings. If you have savings to begin with. Or reaching for a credit card. It's like we're on this treadmill that just keeps speeding up. We run faster, work harder, take on more just to stay in the same place. And if you fall, there's not much cushion. No backup, no safety net. It's just survival. So this whole cycle just continues. You struggle to get by, or you borrow from one place to pay another and hope you'll catch up later. But later never really comes. So yeah, rising costs are killing us. Debt is suffocating us. And it's frustrating because people I know are smart. They're hardworking, they want to do better. But it's hard to climb a ladder that's missing steps. I don't have all the answers. Honestly, I'm just figuring it out myself. one step at a time. But I think it starts with how we talk about it. Sharing what we're going through, learning from others. Maybe watch some YouTube videos about finance. It doesn't fix everything, but it's a start. Until then, I guess we just keep doing our best. But what do you guys think? Why do you think most people are living paycheck to paycheck? Make sure to like and subscribe. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.